Yeah, hi, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the third live session of the week two. Okay, so today we will discuss about the programming, some programming part. We will start the programming things. Before starting the programming introduction, so if you have any query, so you can raise your hand. Then we will take your query one by one. Yeah, Arunya?
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay. Sir, I have 4 to 5 doubts.
Okay, 4 to 5 doubts from week.
Week two.
Okay,
Sir, first is a very like small doubt from graded assignment. I don't want to know the answer, but like if in the graded assignment, question number sixth, there is a like option given uh, uh, just a minute. Wait, I'm opening it. Yeah. So in the graded assignment, question number sixth, week two, there
hmm.
is given D option is like all of the above, and it is a multiple choice answer question. So like in this question, according to me, my all three options A, B, C are correct, and the D option is saying all of the above option. So what should I choose?
Okay, let me check. Question number six. Which of the following statement is a true Unicode you are talking about?
Uh, just a minute. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Unicorn.
Which of the following statements is a true? Okay. So if you are feeling that all statements are correct, so above three, so then you can mark on the all four.
All four.
Hmm.
Okay, okay.
Arup sir, are you there?
Yes, yes.
So what should we do in this case? Can you suggest? So actually, in the graded assignment, there is one question, sixth question, and this question is multi-select question, and
Hmm.
there is more option. We have the last option is that all of the above. So now he's asking that if he are feeling that all above three option are correct, then what should be the mark?
Mm. So in that case, like all three or the last option, both are correct. So that way we can also evaluate the question. That's okay. So either you have to select all three, one A, B, C,
Okay.
or select the last one.
Okay, sir.
So both could, if that is the case, I do not know what is the answer.
Yeah,
If you
yeah.
feel that
That's
all
not the
are
problem.
true, so either you select all three or
Okay.
select the last option. So
Okay,
you
sir.
can evaluate like that also. That's possible.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Sir, my other doubts all are from grade. Sorry, practice assignment.
Okay, so week to practice.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me share my screen so you can also see the question. One second. Hmm. Yeah, which question you're talking about?
Sir, first question is question number two.
Okay, question number two. This one.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Consider 10-bit integers.
Okay. Yeah, what's your doubt in this?
So basically, sir, this range in this form in this format, like 2 raised to power 9 minus 1, this was not like understandable to me. In video also, in video lecture also. Like I was unable to understand.
Okay,
Can
okay,
you just
okay.
briefly explain it?
Yeah, so actually here we are talking about the 10-bit integer number, okay, and we are talking about using signed magnitude concept.
Okay.
Okay, so signed, if we are considering the signed in the this bit, so we will consider one bit for the sign, zero or one. Okay, so
Okay.
zero, and based on that, we will just consider the 9 bit only for the value.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, And so now you can see that if you are considering the first bit as a sign for the sign, then what is the range for the 9 bit?
So like it should be like 2 raised to power 9 now. Maximum will go up to 2 raised to power 9.
No, actually, if you are starting the positive side, okay, so positive side will be start from the 0. Okay, so
Okay.
0 will be considered as a neutral, you can say, but
Okay.
the range will be okay. So I'm sharing one example. My no, one second. My writing pad is visible.
No, sir.
Okay. So suppose I'm taking small example. Okay, so like 8 bit. So if I'm taking 8 bit, okay, 8 bit. Writing pad is on. Okay, so just tell me if you have 8 bit. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so what is the last range of the value you can take for the 8 bit?
Negative side or positive side?
A positive side. Just
Positive
talking
side.
about
Last
yes.
value would be like, if 1 is we are showing for like sign, then the last value will be like 2 raised to power 7.
Okay, still you are not getting. Okay, so just take the small example like for 4 bit. Okay,
Okay.
so if we want to represent the any number in the 4 bits, okay, so what maximum value we can represent in 4 bits? You are saying 2 to the power 4, correct?
No, like if 1 is like we are using for denoting the negative or positive bit, then it will be 2 raised to power 3, no?
So what is the
The
value?
maximum, the what we call it, the
So you are saying okay, so if we are considering the negative or positive sign, so 2 to the
yes, yes,
power 3 you are taking,
yes,
okay?
yes, yes.
So 2 to the power 3 means
2 to the power 3 means like something like 8.
8.
Yes,
Can you tell me the binary number of 8?
8 binary number will 1 0, sorry, in 4 bits, right? 0 1 0 0. Sorry,
No, 8.
1 2 4. Yeah, sorry.
So can you
Uh,
represent this 8 bit, this 8 value in the 4 bit, sorry, 3 bit?
3 bit.
Hmm.
No, sir.
So why are you saying that this will come in the range?
Okay, it will not.
Okay, so
7 will 7 will not.
7. Yes, correct. Okay, so range actually, if you are starting from 0, okay, and for example, you have 4 bits. So last value will be 2 to the power 4 minus 1. Okay, 15, 15 you can represent in the 4 bits.
Okay, sir, I got my mistake. Sorry, sir.
Okay.
I got it. I was missing 2 raised to power 0. Sorry, sir. I got
And
my mistake.
similar things we will use for the negative side. So this is also minus 1 to 2 to the power minus 2 to the power 9 minus 1.
Okay, sir. I got it.
Okay. So
Next,
here actually we are using only signed magnitude. So we are considering only one bit for the sign, and the range will remain same for the both side, positive or negative side. Negative
yes, sir.
side.
I was forgetting about the 2 raised to power
Yes.
0. Sorry, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, got it.
Hmm.
Uh,
And next.
next is third question.
Third
Question number
person.
third.
So here actually we are talking about the two's complement notations.
Yes, sir.
Okay, negative range for two's complement notation.
Complement notation, but in hexadecimal.
Yeah, hexadecimal. Okay.
How will it?
The same things here also we will consider one bit for the sign.
Okay.
Okay. And what will be the positive range
Positive range.
after taking one bit for the sign?
It's a 32-bit value. Wait. This question I was not able to understand properly.
So just consider as a binary number.
Okay,
Just
binary
tell
number.
me. Huh?
By 32-bit.
Yes, 32 bits we are taking. So we can also represent this hexadecimal to binary now or binary to hexadecimal.
Yes, sir. So if we
Okay.
are taking 32-bit, then it will be like 2 raised to power 31 minus 1.
Yes, correct. Okay. So if you represent this 2 to the power 2 to the power 31 minus 1.
Yes.
Okay, so this value will be converted as a this 7 f this range. Okay, so this will be converted like this. One second. Just give me a
Yeah.
minute.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, actually, my pen tablet is not visible.
Sir, are you explaining question 2 or 3?
Yes, yes, I'm. So practice assignment 2 and 3. I'm explaining.
No, sir, I'm asking like which question are you explaining? Question 2 or question 3?
Now question 3.
Okay, okay. And sir, for some reason again my hand got lowered. I mean it was raised and as I was speaking it automatically got lowered. Again, like
Sir, you are not audible.
Hello.
Yes, sir, you are now audible, sir. Screen
Yes.
also visible, sir.
Okay, so I'm talking about this hexa things. So
Yes.
I'm taking a small example. For example, if we talked about the 4-bit.
Okay.
Okay, so what is the range we will use for the 4-bit hexadecimal or simple binary things? Okay,
Fine.
okay.
Binary will be.
So I think in one lecture, sir is also explained. If we are considering this 0 as the first value in the positive side, still my marker is not visible.
Yes, sir.
So if I'm taking range, okay, so 0, and what will be the positive side? Okay, so if I'm taking 4-bit,
Okay, 4-bit.
okay, and I'm taking one sign for the signed value, 1 bit for the signed value.
Okay,
Okay,
sir.
so that means we have only 3 bits for the value.
Yes.
Okay, and this on in this 3 value, what value we can represent? What will be the range? So 0 to 7,
0 to 7.
correct?
Yes.
So 0 to 7. So this is the positive side, and what would be the negative side actually?
And
So
0 to
negative.
negative.
So here actually in the 2s complement. So if we are considering the first bit as a 0, so our value is starting from 0 0 0 to 0 and 1 1 1. So this is the positive side. Okay.
Sorry, sir. Are you writing something on the screen?
Yes, I am writing.
It's not visible.
It is not, sir.
Okay, I'm explaining. I don't know what is the problem actually. I checked in the different system also. Okay, so in the positive side, if I'm taking 0 value as a positive value, okay, for the
Okay.
first in the 2s complement, so remaining 3 value will be start from 0 0 0 to 1 1 1.
Yes, sir.
Okay, but in the
Sir, now
two,
it's visible, sir.
Yes, sir.
yeah, but actually there are lots of delay are coming.
Maybe internet is slow. It is streaming slowly, sir.
I have 5G connection. I don't know what happening. Okay, so this is the first thing.
Okay.
Okay,
So,
but
sir,
for
you are
the
talking about a representation of binary digits with sign.
no hex, this 2s complement.
Oh, okay.
Okay, third question. Okay, but in the 2s complement actually, what will be the range of the negative side? Okay, so here actually we will start from the first value, and the first value, so for the negative value the first digit should be 1.
1.
Okay, after that we can start the range from, so remaining bits will be like 0 0 0 to 1 1 1 1, like this. Okay, so if we consider this one sign, and so that means here this time in the 2s complement we will use 0 for 0 to 7, but the
Okay.
same things when we are taking 1, still we can represent the 8 value. Okay, so 0 to 7, how many value are there?
0 to 7, there are 8 values.
8 value.
Yes.
And for the, if we are taking 1 as the first bit, still we can represent the 8 value
Yes.
without repeating the 0.
Yes.
Okay, so in the negative side, we will start for -1 like this, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, and -8. So the negative range will be start from -1 to -8. So how many values are there?
8 values.
8 values. Okay.
Yes.
So this range is actually generating like this. So this 1000 value is representing this minus. Okay, -8.
Okay. 1 0 0 is representing -1.
This no from the last value.
Okay.
Okay, so for the negative range is -7. Okay, so for -7 you will write like 1 and okay. So 1 second. For the next value, we will start from like this 8. So 8 value is representing this previous value. Okay,
Okay,
and
sir.
9. Yeah. So in the 2s complement, actually we convert the binary number into a 1s complement and we add +1. Okay. So for this negative number, suppose we calculate the negative number for the 7. Okay. So what is the negative number for the 7? So 7 we can write like 0 1 1 1, correct?
Yes.
And when we convert into a negative number, So what we will get, we will convert into a 1s complement. So 1s complement will be 1 0 0 0. Okay,
Yes.
1s complement, we invert all the digit.
Okay.
Okay, so 0 to 1 and 1 to 0. And then we add 1 in the 1s complement. So what value we will get?
1001.
1001. So 1001, that means what is the opposite value of 7 minus 7? So this value will be represented by 1001.
Yes.
Okay, and what will be the minus 6? So 6, what will be the minus 6? So same things, we will calculate the 2s complement for 6. So 0 1 1 0.
Zero.
Okay, so this is the value for positive 6.
Yes.
Okay, when we
So,
calculate the negative,
so sir, how would we know if a number is negative or positive?
so the initial bit, first bit, is representing this. First bit is 0, then it is positive, and the first bit is 1, then it is representing negative. Okay, in the 2s complement. So when we convert into a 2s complement, we will convert into first 1s complement. So we will get 1 0 0 1, then plus 1. Okay, so we will get 1 0 1 0. Okay, so this value is actually represent the minus 6 value in 2s complement negative. Okay, so minus 6 represent will be 1 0 1 0.
Yes.
Okay.
Sir,
Okay.
So in this case, actually, we can get, so this 7 value we can simply convert, okay, by the 2s complement. So 1 2 3 4 5 6. So 1 to 7 we can convert negative number, but still we have one value remaining. So in the left side you can see we have 7 value. Okay, do not consider 0 in the negative side.
Okay.
Okay, so we can still represent one more value in the for the negative. So minus 8 we can also use like 1 0 0 0.
Okay.
So this is representing actually minus 8.
excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, the most significant bit representing the positive or negative is with the context, no, sir? Like if we write a binary number generally, so can we say it's still negative or positive?
No, here we are talking about the 2s complement, negative and positive range in the 2s complement way.
So it's with the context that the most significant bit will be.
Here also the most significant bit MSV will represent the sign, but the remaining value actually will not represent the exact negative number. Okay, so it may be changed in the 2s complement. So you can see for the minus 7, we are writing 1001 code. Okay, actual what is it, this value is representing 9 if we write in the this positive number. Okay,
Yes.
but in 2s complement, if we consider this value as a negative sign, still what is the remaining number is representing the binary number 1. So 2s complement representation is different actually. Okay, so negative representation in using the 2s complement is different. We cannot directly read the value, but computer actually calculate in that way.
Okay.
Okay, using this conversion. So it will directly convert the positive value into a negative value by the 2s complement. Okay, so this is the way to convert the 2s complement. But you can see in the left side, for the negative side, we can store 8 value, and including 0, positive side, we can store 8 value.
8 values.
Okay, so total this time we can store different 16 values.
Okay, sir.
Using this 2s complement. Now here this time 0 is representing only by one value 0 0 0 0.
Okay.
Okay, but what was the problem in the previous representation, question number 2? Okay, when we are talking about only signed representation. Okay, so signed representation, actually if we write 0 0 0 0, okay, so this is also representing plus sign, plus 0. Okay, if we
Okay.
are writing 1 0 0 0, this is representing minus 0. Okay, but 0 is actually neutral value, and in the normal signed representation we are getting 0 2 times, one with positive sign, one with negative sign. But in 2s complement, we are getting only one representation for 0.
Oh, okay, sir. So basically, question number second, we are taking 0 as plus and minus both.
Yes, question number second, we are, that range is actually 0 is coming in the both side. For the 0 also, for the negative also, and for the positive also.
But sir, answer is starting from -1.
No, so negative range is starting -1. So range actually we can, okay, let me see this question again. Yeah, negative range actually we will write in the same way. So -1 is actually called as a negative.
Okay, so
Okay.
if we are starting, negative range is starting from -1, then it should be reached up to
Actually, for the 0 value, there are two representation.
yeah, that I
in
got
this.
that.
But the value is same, no? Value is single
Atul,
value.
can I tell something?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Suppose you are having 8 bits, right?
Yes, sir.
So 8th bit, the most significant bit, is reserved for the sign.
Sign.
Right.
Yeah, got it.
So suppose it's a positive range. So what will be the 8th bit?
If it's a positive range, 8th bit will be 0.
0. So what should be the lowest value?
Lowest or the highest?
Lowest value. What should be the lowest
Lowest
value?
will be like 8 times 0. 0, 0, 0.
8th bit is 0, all 7 bit is 0.
Oh, 0, yes,
Right.
yes.
So what is that? That's a 0.
0. Yeah, that's 0.
Okay. So if it is negative, what should be the 8th bit?
8th bit should be 1.
Okay. And rest of the bits?
For the maximum
Minimum.
value in negative range.
Yeah, minimum.
For the maximum value in negative range, all the rest of the 7 bits should be 0, 0.
Okay. So which number it is?
According to sign, it's then 0, negative 0.
It's look like a -0, right?
Yes, yes.
So that is what we'll want to say. So we are considering 0 on both the range, right?
Okay. So
Does it
basically,
make sense? Because see, if you go for a 2's complement, this most significant is 1 and rest of the bit 0. That's not a 0 actually, right?
okay.
In a 2's complement, what happened? Once you find the sign bit as a 1, so you know it's a 2's complement number, right? Because this is a negative number. So what will be the actual value of it? Again, we have to take another 2's complement of it.
Yeah.
So that's basically will become 256, right? That is the maximum value on the negative range.
Yes, yes.
Right? But here, if I just blindly taking the first bit as a sign bit and rest of the 7 bits as a 0, so you have to consider a 0 on the positive end and 0 on the negative end.
Okay. Like
Getting my point? But it's not a practical one, right? So that's why we basically use the 2's complement one. Yeah. Atul, is it okay? Does it make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Thanks.
That is what you want to say.
Yes, correct.
Okay, thanks.
So when we basically take 2's complement in the binary digits, the negative range start from -1.
Yes, -1. So actually for the 2s complement, we are getting one more value. Because of that, we are not repeating 0 2 times in this.
But in normally without 2's complement, we are not getting another value.
Yes.
Okay.
Can you tell me, calculate and tell me what will be the value if the first bit is 1, rest of the 7 bits are 0 in a 2's complemented way?
2's complemented first bit is 1 and rest of the 7 bits.
7 bits are 0. What will be the value for it?
It will be like 0 1 1 1 1. Now we will add 1, so it will become same.
So what is the value in decimal?
With decimal, its value will be
for sign it is negative.
Negative, yeah, it's a negative
and for
0.
magnitude it is 1, then followed by 7 zeros, because R2's complement of 1 then 7 zeros is 1 7 zeros only, right? So what will be the magnitude of the value? It's 256, right? 2 to the power.
Okay, 256. We are not considering.
It's a minus 256, which was not considering in a sign that bit, that previous conventions, right?
Okay.
So that is extra value we are getting here. Yeah.
Okay.
Instead of for that -0, which is not a practical one, but -0 is that extra one value That's on a minus 256, that value.
Okay, got it.
But it is for a 8-bit, that is minus 256. If you have more bits, your number will be different, right?
Different,
Because
yes.
range distance. Yeah, Atul, please. Sorry.
Yes, sir. Thanks. So yes, you can say that if you have 32 bits, so the negative range will go till 2 to the power 31 in the negative side for the 2s complement.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Got it.
Yeah. So next question.
Next question is question number 4.
8-bit, I think it will be minus 128, right? Highest. 1 then followed by 7 zeros, right?
Yes,
2 7 it is, right?
Yes,
Not
correct.
8. Yes. I was wrong. 1 minus 128. Yeah. 9-bit means it is 256. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Correction. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. Next question. Can you repeat?
Next question number 4.
Fourth.
Yes.
Suppose you have a document which contains only uppercase alphabet. Okay, 1 second. The screen is not displaying. Okay, uppercase alphabets. How many bits are required to encode a character such that the size of the document is minimum? Okay, so you have only uppercase character now. Okay, and how many characters are there?
26.
26.
Yes.
Okay, so these 26 number, what is the minimum number of bits required to represent this uniquely? 26 characters.
26, not so 2 raised to power 8.
Suppose you have 3 bit. How many value you can represent unique?
3. We have 3 bit, right? So we can represent up to 8. Sorry,
8. Okay.
8 values. Yeah.
Yeah, and 4.
For 4 bits, we can represent up to 16 values.
16 and 16. So we cannot use 4 because we have 26 character. Okay. So now we will add one more bit. So 5.
5. Now we can represent up to 32.
Yeah. So our range is going above the requirement. Okay. So we need to convert 26 character in the unique code. And now if we are taking 5 bits, so we can convert 32 characters by the unique code.
Okay. I was actually not able to understand that point they were given. Like you can create your own coding method. I was confused with that.
So this is very simple question.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we are asking the minimum. Okay, minimum size.
Yeah.
So we will take the minimum requirement here. So 5 bit. We can also use 6 or 7 more than okay. So but we will select the minimum.
Minimum 5.
Okay, so 5 we can do this thing.
So sir, my last question is actually question number 7. Actually, my answer is not matching with the given answer.
Okay, so how you are calculating this?
I am calculating like before points I am taking normally like 2 raised to power 0 and 2 raised to power 1 like that, and after the point decimal I am taking like 1 upon 2 raised to power 0, 1 minus 0. Sorry, 1 upon 2 raised to power 0, 1 upon 2 raised to power 1, like that. After the point, after the decimal point.
So this is the question. Okay, so
Sir, even I had doubt in this question and I couldn't like figure out how do we actually solve it. So could you like explain how it's solved?
Initial part you are getting 1011 you can directly convert.
11 I'm getting, but I'm unable to figure out how to evaluate the fraction.
So for fraction part you can simply take 0. Okay, 0 multiply so this is 10 to the power minus 1. Okay, so 0 multiply 10 to the power minus 1. Sorry, not 10 to the power minus 1. Okay, so one second. For decimal. Okay, so how you are calculating this for the first part? Okay, so you are calculating by 1 into 2 to the power 0. Okay,
Yes.
Plus 1 into 2 to the power 1. Similar 0 into 2 to the power 2 plus 1 into 2 to the power 3.
Yes.
So this is the first part. Same way we will calculate the 0 into 2 to the power minus 1.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and 1 into 2 to the power minus 2.
Yes.
Okay, so 0 into 2 to the power minus 3 like this. Okay, so 1.
Yes,
So
But
what
I get-
you are getting?
I am getting 11.625. Answer is 11.3125.
So answer is 11. Okay, let me calculate this. So 1011 dot next part is 0101. Okay, so this part is 0 into 2 to the power minus 1 plus 1 into 2 to the power minus 2 plus 2 to the power minus 3 into 2 to the power minus 4 minus 1. Okay, so this part is
Sorry to our interruption, but we don't start from 2 raised to power 0 minus 0 something.
no 0 we have already take for the positive side now.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Okay,
Yes.
so 1 upon 2 to the power 2 4.
3125.
Okay, and 1 upon 2 to the power 16. So what we are getting 16 3 plus sorry 1. So 4 upon 16. No, I'm correct or in 1 second.
4 plus 1 by 16.
Okay,
Yeah, 5 by
4
16.
plus 1. Sorry, yeah,
5.6.
5 by 16. Can you calculate this? What you are getting?
Yeah, sir. I got my error. It was basically I was taking 0 on the point side also, like
No.
0 into 2 raised by 0. Okay, sir. Got it.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Any other?
No. Thank you.
Okay. So yeah, Name.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you have raised the hand.
Yes, yeah.
What's your query?
Sir, I have doubt in question number 2. Sir, if you could explain it once again, please.
Okay. Same practice one.
Yeah, practice assignment.
Okay. Question 2. Okay, so here we are talking about 10-bit integer number, okay, using signed magnitude concept. Okay, here we are only considering the signed magnitude. That means one MSB bit. Okay, so we will reserve for the signed representation only. Okay, so if we are taking this 1 bit for the sign, then first for the 10 bit. Okay, so we have 10 bits. So 1 bit we will use for the sign representation, 0 for the positive, and 1 for the negative. Okay, so first bit, and the remaining 9 bit we will use for the values. So our range will start from the 0. Okay, and 0 to if we have 9 bit for the value representation, so what will be the last value we can take in the positive side? So we can take 2 to the power 9 minus 1. Correct?
Yes, I
Okay,
guess.
so what will be the value? Can you tell me?
Sir, for positive range.
Positive range. So what is the value for 2 to the power 9? 5, 1, 2 minus 1. Okay, so 5, 11. So this is the positive side range. Okay, so here actually 1 bit we are using for the sign purpose. Okay, so 0 we are taking. So first value we will start from 0, 0, 0 and 0, 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so this is the first value. This is representing 0. Okay.
Sir, so are you writing something also on your board?
I'm writing. Okay, so for the positive side, actually, the value will start from 0. Okay, so for the 9 bit, okay, so for 1 bit we are considering the 0 for the sign, and the remaining 0 bits actually represent the 0 value. And if you consider the last value in the positive side, so the first bit will be 0, and remaining all the bits will be 1. So that value actually will represent the 2 to the power 9 minus 1, which is 511. Okay, so this is the positive range. Now, if you talk about the first value for the negative, okay, so if we convert first value 1, so how many value we can represent? Yeah. So for the negative side, actually, if we write like 1 as the first value, and all remaining are the 0. 9 value are the 0.
So, sir, my doubt here was that if we are giving allotting 0 in the positive range, so 2 raised to power 9 minus 1 is justified. But for the negative range, wherein it starts from minus 1, shouldn't it be 2 raised to power minus 9? And that's like all.
No, that is for
Why
the
are we
2s
subtracting
complement.
1?
That is for the 2s complement. But if we are talking about only the signed number, okay. So for the signed number, actually, this first value which we are taking using the signed first value as a 1. Okay. So remaining all 9 value are 0. So here you can see the first value is representing the sign minus. Okay. Now remaining all 0 values are representing the 0 value. So that means we are simply taking like minus 0 for the as a first value. But this is actually useless. Okay, because in the positive side, we are also taking this 0 representation with the 0 sign. Okay, positive sign. So that means one value we are wasting for the 0 again in this representation. And what will be the last representation? So last representation will be in the negative side will be 1 for the negative, and all value are 1.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
okay. So 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and 1. So what it is representing? Actually, this is representing minus 5, 1, 1. Okay, so initial 1 is representing minus sign, and the next 1 9 times is representing 5, 11. Okay, so we can represent this so using this 9 bits, we can represent only till minus 511. Okay, you are saying that we can take 2 to the power 9. So if you take 2 to the power 9, so that means you need 10 bits to represent 2 to the power 9. This is 512. Okay, 512. And 512, if you represent in the binary number, you need 10 bits. Okay, so 1 0 0 like this, 0 1 2. Okay, so
So,
9
sir,
10.
this was signed magnitude concept.
Hmm.
And like if we talk about 2's complement concept,
Yes.
which and wherein the a similar question was there in the graded assignment question 4.
Hmm.
Consider a 10-bit integer number using 2's complement notation. Identify its positive and negative ranges. So it would follow. It would also follow the same like rule.
Yes, yes. So 2s complement rule is different. So I think in the practice assignment question number 3 is representing the rule for 2s complement. In 2s complement representation, actually we represent 0 only one time with the 0 sign. Okay, so with the positive sign, like, okay, we not represent the 0 with the negative sign. So
Yeah.
we can take one more extra value in the negative side.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so range will so if we are considering this for the 2s complement, then our range will reach till minus 512.
So,
This
sir, it would be positive range would be 0 to 2 to the power 9 minus 1, and negative range would be minus 1 to minus 2 to 2 to the power 9, right?
yes, 9, correct.
Oh, okay. Understood.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
okay, any other query?
So, yeah, just one more. N- Sir, in week 3, practice assignment 1, question 14.
Big 3.
Yeah,
Okay,
practice assignment 1, question 14. Sir, I believe the options are wrong. I mean, the marked answer is wrong.
okay, let me check. Practice assignment question number 14.
Practice assignment question number 14, sir. It's okay, week 3 and question number 14.
This one.
Yeah, yes, sir. So, sir, according to me, all of them are correct.
Okay, 1 second. For which of the following integer the value of x and y? The given code prints 1. Okay, so that means if both conditions are true, then this statement will return 1. Correct?
Yes.
Okay, if any condition is false, it will return 0.
0.
Okay, so here actually in the first condition, 16 and 5.
So you're saying week 3 assignment. That's I'm not in there.
Okay, so what is the answer given? Let me check.
So, sir, shouldn't all of them be wrong? Like, because for them, for this to give 1, technically x should be equal to y in the first condition, and x should not be equal to y in the second condition. So, in that way, this condition should never be fulfilled.
Okay. X equal to y and x is not equal to y. Okay, 16. Yeah, incorrect. Okay. Yeah, we have to check this. I think something is miss in this question.
And sir, now that you've opened this, could you also please explain question 1? I mean, it's a really short one, but I couldn't understand the meaning. Same
Okay. Yeah,
assignment
so
question
question
1.
number 14, we will check and we will correct it.
Sure. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, it is looking incorrect in some way. And which question you are talking about?
Question 1, even the second one.
This one?
Yeah.
Which of the following type conversion need to be done explicitly in C language? Float to int and into float.
Sir, I don't remember this being explained in the class. Uh, so I'm not particularly sure what this means.
Actually, okay. So into float, and the previous question is also similar to which following implicitly into float and into float, explicitly float to int. Okay, so I'm taking one example for this. Suppose if I write like this, float to into float to int. Okay, so if we assign, so I'm writing like this. C language into float. Into float and float to Okay. Okay, so we will check these two questions and we will revert back to in the next session, Friday session for this. Okay. If anything correction is required, we will update.
Sir,
1 second. Hello.
Sure,
excuse me.
sure. Okay.
Okay. So we will revert back on the Friday for this.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, Bebo.
Sir, on the same week itself, in the third programming assignment, I guess it's graded one. I am not able to understand the question, sir. Like it is said that to add all the numbers in a digit and to give the sum, but it should be done without using a loop or any other method.
No, you can write the code for this. Here, this thing information is given. You have only 4 digit.
Yes, sir. Can you give a hint for like how to approach this one?
How you can identify the remainder of any value? So suppose you have 107. Can you identify the last 7 value? If you divide this 107 by 100, okay,
Yes, sir.
and just take the remainder any place. So what is the remainder? You will get 7.
I'll be getting 7.
Okay, correct. And what division integer value you will get?
1, I guess, sir, because we are dividing 1 not.
So in that way, yeah. So this type of rule we will use for this. So like we have now number 1 to 8, okay, and we want to identify the each digit for this. Okay, so what we can do, we can identify each digit. So simply what we will do, we will divide this first. Okay, so we will divide. We will check the remainder by 100. Okay, so what value you will get? 8. If I write 1 to 8 and percentage sign 100, so you will get 8 value. Okay, now what is the remaining value? What is the value? Actually, you have 1 to 8. If suppose if you divide this by 10, okay, I'm not here identify the remainder. Now, what is the quotient value for this? When we divide this by 10, okay, so what is the integer value we will get?
12, sir.
12, na? Okay, so we will get 12, and then we will apply the same rule like percentile 10. Okay, so after getting 12, you are taking the remainder by the 10, then you will get a 2. Okay, so in that way you can read all the value, all the digits, and after that you can easily sum of these directly. Just take 4 variable like a1, sorry, d1, d2, d3, and d4 for the 4 bits, 4 digit. Okay, just identify the what is the value for d1. Just use this formula. Okay, and just identify the what is the last value. Just store in the one variable. Same way you can identify the second last value, third last value by simple this division method, division and remainder method. Are you getting the point?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so there is no need to for loop or conditional statement here. Yeah, anything else, Vaibhav? Okay, Divan. Yeah, Divan. Divan Singh Raj.
Yes, sir. Uh,
Yes,
sir,
Divan.
week one practice assignment and graded assignment solution when it will available.
So solution means you can see the answer now, or we have discussed this question in the
Now,
assignment. Okay, so
uh,
we are not releasing any separate file. Okay, now answer are open visible to you. Now you need to observe how the answer is coming actually.
you will not available any PDF solution like
No detailed solution we are not providing for this objective theory questions. Okay. Any other question? Anyone?
So can you discuss the last two questions of the graded assignment week 2?
Okay, let me check what you want to discuss in graded assignment. Okay, okay. So that are I think algorithm based, na?
That M1, M2.
You are talking about week 2 or week 3? Week 1.
Week 2, sir. This one.
Okay, this one. Okay. So here some steps are given. Okay, and steps actually assembly language steps are given, but comments are also mentioned. If you ignore these assembly language syntax, okay, so MOVR15, still you can do this problem by reading the comments. Okay, and just read the comment. Okay, and just go apply the dry run on that, and then check what value you are getting in the register 3 finally. Okay, so like what is the steps actually? Move the value 5 into register R1. So that means you are storing R1 equal to 5. Okay, in the next step, we are assigning R2 equal to 8. Third step, we are assigning R3 equal to 10. Okay, now the next step is actually comparing the value of register R1 and R2. Okay, this step is comparing the value of R1 and R2,
No,
which
sir.
which is
In one question, sir, in one question they are asking us to do loop, and if it does not work, means like we should abandon that comment.
so you're talking about 10th question.
Yes, sir. Here they are asking us to do loop.
So there is one loop statement is here. Start the loop, and inside the loop we are comparing two elements R3 and R1, and based on this value in the next statement we are moving based on this value. So jump to the end if R3 is greater than R1. Okay, so end means we will stop the process if this condition is true. Otherwise, we will move to the next step. Okay, so add R2, R3, add the value of register R3 and R2, and we will store the result into R2. And we will also increment our value of R3 by 1 and jump loop. So that means we will repeat all the steps once again.
If it is not greater, means what you have to do, sir?
So in that case, you will move in the next step. Okay, if statement is not given, so jump to the end if R3 is greater than R1. Okay, if this condition is true, move to the end step directly. If this condition is not true, just go to the next step. Okay, add R2, R3, this is steps.
Okay, sir.
Okay, just do the dry run on that and check what value you are getting finally. Okay, yeah, any other query? Okay, so how many of you have started the programming question or programming week 3? We have given the programming question in the assignments. Okay, not yet. Okay, yeah, Beva.
No, actually, I raised the hand for like how many completed
Okay, okay,
started.
okay, 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 fine. Okay, fine. So all of you know the how you will use the this programming assignment interface. How, what is the requirement to solve this assignment? Everyone know? Because these programming assignment is also graded. Okay, so in week 3 actually you will get the 50% marks if you solve all these programming assignments. Okay, so there are 5 graded programming assignments. If you solve all 5, then you will get so average, we will calculate the average of all 5 programming assignment, and then we will convert into a 50% score, and the remaining 50% will come from the theory assignments. So any query regarding the interface of programming assignment, understanding of these programming assignments?
Sir, in this due date is showing 31 January 2024 like this.
This is for practice actually. So this practice question will remain open till the end of the term. Okay. So you can practice anytime when you want. But the graded question actually will close at the deadline. After that, you can write the code. You cannot run the code. You can only see your solution code and correct solution code, but you cannot run again. But practice programming question you can run anytime.
Yeah, but in the graded assignment is also showing 26 July.
So on the 26th July, that will the assignment will close, and you cannot update anything after that. Okay, you cannot also check. You can also not run the code. You cannot change the code after
But
26.
it's not necessary for qualifier exam.
No, programming question is will not come in the qualifier exam, but some type of code-based question can ask. Okay, so maybe some code is given. What will be the output type of question? Okay, so you should know how the control is flowing for the code, how the steps are executing, what is the sequence of execution, and finally what you are getting. Okay, so in this question you are simply reading the statement, according to that you are getting the output. But in the programming question you will get a program in the exam. So one code will be given to you, and you have to check that how the code is actually executing the steps, and finally what output is coming. So you should know the good knowledge of the coding part, then you can solve that type of question. Okay, output based question.
Okay.
So you should know what syntax is actually we are using and how the control flow is going on in the code. Okay, so yeah, this type question can be asked. Yes, Arun?
Excuse me, sir. I am hearing a technical issue. Something like in my dashboard, every assignment like of week 1, I am it's showing my percentage how much I got. But for like my one electronic system and thinking circuits, I am not getting any percentage. Like for
Okay, so maybe some the score is not posted yet. Maybe some processing is going on.
okay,
Okay, so it will update soon.
okay, got it.
Okay. So you know that in the week 3 actually sir introduced this Replit platform. Okay, Replit platform you can write the code without downloading any editor or compiler in your system. You can simply open this Replit, and you can create your account on the Replit. After that you can write programming course in any language, so there are lots of options are available. So I'm just giving you how you can write the code in C. Okay, so after logging on the rapid.com, you will get this type of interface, and after that you can simply click on this create REPL from the left corner. On the right corner you can click on the plus sign also. Okay, so both side you can start the programming. You can simply create a one instance of the code file. Okay, when you click on this create REPL button, this will ask to the select language, what language you want to select. So here you can select any language. If you're comfortable in other language, you can also do the practice or in the other language. But here for the course, you will select the C. Okay, so C, if this is not visible in the main screen, you can simply search. Okay, so after that you can select the C language and you can give some name. Okay, and after that you can create this. You can click on this create button. You will get this interface. Okay, so here you can see one sample code is given. You can simply write this type of code for any problems, and you can click on this run button, above run button, and you can see the output on the this console. Okay, and I have also created one team on the Replit, and you can also join. I'm just uploaded some sample questions on that, and I'm sending the link on you to you in the chat. Just join. One second. It's very basic problems. Okay, so actually for the programming course, so definitely you cannot learn the programming course about only simple reading. Okay, so this is mainly a writing activity. So just write the code as much as possible. Okay, and just practice. So professor have already said that in the one lecture. So what are the three things required? Practice, more practice, and keep practice. Okay, so just write the course for the different problems, then you will get your logic skills will be improved after solving the lots of problems. Okay, same things, your syntax knowledge and coding skill will also improve after by the writing the code. Okay, initially maybe you don't know what is the this syntax, what is this print meaning, what is the scanf meaning, but after writing many times you will get everything in your mind, then there's no need to check again. Okay, so just write lots of code. Okay, I'm sending one invitation to you. Okay, and I have create one link team. Yeah. So I've sent one Replit team link in your chat box. You can join this team by clicking on this. Okay, and if your account is not created on the Replit, you can join the Replit team using your Google account. And after that, you can, yeah, Harshit. Harshit. Harshit, do you have any query? You raise the hand. Yeah, Harshit.
No, sir.
Okay. Okay, so many of you have already joined now. 14 is joined. So I think the blank screen is visible to you. I'm just publishing the problems, some sample problems. You can start writing the code. And these codes are very simple, okay, very basics.
Sir, can you please send the code again?
Okay, one second.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Okay, so I have released 8 problems which are very basic. Okay, so but still try to write the code for each problems, and just refresh the page. If the problems are not visible, refresh the page. You can see the problems after that. Okay. So I'm just giving the basic idea of to writing the codes and what is the meaning of the structure. Uh, okay, so for writing the code, so I have created one replit here, and after that I'll write the first program. Okay, so in the all programming language, actually first program is written as a print hello statement. Okay, so hello world, like this. So I'll also create one simple basic structure of the program for to print the hello world, and problem 1 is also the same. Okay, so first we will write the header things. Okay, so header file we will include. So what is the meaning for is that I'll explain that. So include, yeah, include and stdio.h. Okay, so this is the smallest program. Okay, here you can see there are only 4 line. We have 4-5 line. We have only. So first line is actually what is the first line meaning? Okay, here we are writing hash include stdio.h. Okay, hash is actually this hash is called preprocessor directive, and include is basically the as per the name. Okay, include. So actually this is including this stdi.h. So this is actually a library. We can say in the simple terms library that actually contains the definition of predefined function which we generally used in our programs. Okay, so like you can see, so the full form is basically standard input output. For this stdio, that means standard input output. So this is one library where there are many predefined function is already defined, and we can directly use. If we are including this library in our program, so that means we can directly access all the function which is already defined in this library, and we can directly use in our program. Okay, so we can include other library like there is one more common is math.h. So we can directly use the function related to the math. Okay, so square root, power, like the basic function we can directly use. So these are the some library we can include in our code. So these are the basic. Okay, so in general when we write the code, we need to take input from the user, or we need to print something in the output. So these are two statements basically we generally use, input and output. We are taking input and we are printing some output. Okay, we are returning some output. So for these two basic function, actually we use this include stdio.h. So we will include this library in the each code. Okay, so in each program we will take some input and we will return some output in the print form. So definitely we will use this print statement and input statement in most of the programs. So we will include this library in the each program. Okay, so actually after that, including this, we write a function name is called main. Okay, so main, so if we are writing this main and after we are just assigning this open bracket and curly close bracket. Okay, so this is the symbol of the function. Okay, and we are simply defining this function, and initially we are writing int. Okay, so for int mean, what is the meaning of this int? So actually this is the main function, and it will return a integer value. Okay, if we write any other thing, so like we can also write void. So void means the nothing. Okay, null. So our function will not return anything for this if we write the void. Okay, so you can write int also, and if you are writing int, just write this line also return 0. So this is the return value which this function is actually will return to the program. Okay, and this is basically for the end purpose. But what is this main function, and why we are writing main? Can we change any other name for this main function or not? So actually in C program, okay, so compiler will execute this main function without calling. Okay, so compiler will directly find this main function in our code, and compiler will execute the each statement in our code which are written inside this main function. Function means basically a block of code, and we have given some name for block of code. So the name is main here. Okay, so compiler by default call this function main and execute the inside part which is written inside this block. So compiler execute all the things which is which is written inside this block. We can also write different function. Okay, and we can assign. So this function part we will discuss later in the upcoming weeks. But now just this is the main function we need to write for the each program, this main function. Okay, and this bracket is actually the main part of this C programming. It defined where our block is starting and where our block is ending. Okay, so we will always keep this thing in your mind. If you are writing one opening brackets, so you have also right to close bracket corresponding to the opening bracket. Okay, and after that in the next line we are writing printf. So this printf is basically a function, okay, which we are using from this standard input output library, and we are simply passing one string. Okay, we are passing simply one string inside this function print, and this function will print this hello world in our output console. Okay, so this is the main part, and after every statement we just write this colon, semicolon. This is representing, so compiler will understand that when compiler will find this semicolon, so compiler will understand that this statement is finishing at this point. Okay, and compiler will execute this line. Okay, after that compiler will read the next line and will check where is the next semicolon value and will execute that line. So in that way compiler will directly see the main function part and will execute the statement one by one. Okay, so if we run this code, you can see the output is coming hello world. So the initial part is some different things. So this is the last value is actually the main output, hello world. Okay, so now you can see the flow of the code. If I am writing the another statement, you can see how the compiler is executing. Like hello world 1, I'm giving some sequence to differentiate this. 3, 4. Okay, so you can see how the compiler is executing. Okay, now you can see this all answers. So all output is coming in the one line. Okay, so how we can resolve this? So because when our compiler is printing this output, our cursor is also remaining at the last position of the last character printing. Okay, so the next output is also printing from the same line. So we can write the escape character actually that tell to the computer, so next output should be the next line. Okay, so we can write this escape character like this /n. Okay, actually when the compiler read this statement /n, so the cursor so after printing this hello world, cursor will move to the next line initial part. Okay, and so you can see if we run this code, so after you first hello world 1, now the cursor is moved to the next line, and the remaining word is coming in the same line. Okay, hello world 2, hello world 3, hello world 4, like this. Okay, so we can mark this for the each. Now you can see the answer. Okay, so we have marked this at the first 3. So now cursor is moved to the next line for the last one, and after that cursor is stopping. Okay, so if we can also write at the last place, sorry, in the string part. Okay, /n. You can see the cursor position in the previous example. If I remove this, you can see the cursor position. Cursor position is coming after the last of the last hello world 4. Okay, to the next position. But when I am writing this /n in the last statement, you can see cursor is coming in the next line. Okay, so this is called the escape character. /n we used, so you can separate the line using this escape character /n. Okay, so this is the printing statement. Printf, you can write, you can print anything in the output console using this printf statement. Okay, in Python, comment. Okay, so comment is also one important thing in the, sorry, not Python, sorry. Comment is also important thing in the programming language. So just make a habit when you are writing the code. Okay, so you can also write the comments for the each part. Okay, so initially you can start writing the comment for the each statement or each line, but later you can just write the comment for the each block of the code, what you are doing for any particular block. Okay, so simply you can write the comment in your code, and actually compiler they ignore these comments and not execute these comments in the output. Okay, so how we can write the comments in our program? So there are two ways to write the comment in your code. So one is single line and another is multiple line. Okay, single line comment, you need to just use 2/ and you can write the comment. I am printing hello world. Okay, so this is single line comment, and compiler will completely ignore this. Okay, and also compiler ignore the empty line. Okay, blank space or empty line, compiler also ignore. Okay, if you leave one line empty, then compiler will also ignore that empty line. So this is one line comment, but using this double slash you cannot write the multiple line comment. Okay, so if you move to the next line, if you want to write that, it is coming as a code part. Okay, so what happen if you want to write a big comment? Okay, so you cannot write in a single line. So for the good presentation, you need to write in a multiple line. So another way to write a multi-line comment is you need to write slash pick and asterisk and slash. Okay, so, and in between you can write the multiple line comment. Okay, line 1. And so this is the closing part. Okay, so next asterisk and slash is the closing, and asterisk and slash, yeah, this is the closing, and slash and asterisk is the opening part for this. So line 2, line 3, you can write any. Okay, so if you run this part, so this will not affect your output. This will be totally ignored by the computer. So this is very useful to write when you write the code. Just also write the comment. Okay, so if you written something in your code, if you written some logic in any part, just write at the comment what you are trying to do. So this will useful when you read the code later. Okay, so maybe the code have 20 30 lines. So, and after sometimes after 10 days, after 20 days, you read the code again at any time. So these comments are actually very helpful. You can directly read the comment and you can see what part of the code is what happening in the code. Okay, so you can simply read the comment and you can identify what happening in the code. So just make a habit. If you are starting this programming course, just make a habit to write the comment. Okay, so this is very useful in the future purpose. Okay, so this is the first thing for the output, how we can print something in our code. Now the question is how we can take the output, how we can take the input from user. Okay, so and what is the meaning of take the input from user? And also we will so simply first things, without taking the input, how we can write the code. So suppose for writing the code to some two numbers, okay, and to some two integer numbers, so you can simply write, you can take any fixed value like this, a equal to 10. Sorry, before using the variable you have to declare the variable. Okay, so what is the meaning? So you know what is variable. Actually variable we simply use to store the data. Okay, store some data, and this variable name is actually represent the identification of the your storage locations. You can simply give some name for your memory locations, and you can easily remember these memory location by some name. Okay, so here we can give some name, so you can give any name. So there are some rule to assign this variable name. You cannot use any specific symbol to write the variable name. So you can use only letters, or you can use any numbers or underscore. So there are some rules. You can see these type of rules in the lectures. So before using the this variables, actually you have to declare the variable. Okay, so declare means you have to define the variable type. What type of value you want to store in that variable. Okay, suppose you want to use you want to make one variable a. So what type of value actually you want to store in that variable, so that you have to define early. So I want to store the integer value in this value, because I want to just solve the sum for two variables, and I want to print the sum in the output. Okay, so I have to declare two variables. So to declare, okay, so what is the data type? Okay, so for integer value we simply write this int. Okay, for if you want to store float value, you need to write float. Okay, if you want to write only single character, so you can write char char. Okay, so these are some data types. So you will learn the different data type also when you will solve the another problem. So and we will also discuss later. So initially, for example, if I want to store integer value, so I have to define the variable type. Okay, so int a. Okay, and colon. So this is the a variable I have defined. Now the compiler will allocate one memory for the a, and also provide some specific space for the integer. Okay, so what is the what minimum storage is required to store the integer value that will assign to the a. Similar, we can write int b. Okay, so the another variable is declare, and to store the sum. Okay, to store the sum of a plus b, we will declare one more variable. So like int. So we are simply sum of two integers, so we will get the integer value. So based on this information, so you can define what type of the variable you need to declare. So for sum, you can give name like sum, and you can simply assign this. So this is the declaration part. So when you can also initialize some value at the time of declaration. Okay, so for example, int a equal to 10, you can write the 10 here also. Okay, at the time of declaration you can also assign some value. This is called the initialization. Okay, and you can also same things, you can assign 20 in the next line, and you need to calculate this sum.
Sir, sound is not clear.
Sum is not clear.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so actually what is our goal here? Actually we are writing the code where we want to calculate the sum of a and b. Okay, and after calculating the sum of a and b, we want to store that sum in some variable. So you can give any other name if you are confusing with sum and variable sum. So I am writing only s. Okay, so this integer s will store the value of a plus b. Okay, so because of that we are creating a new variable, because we want to store the result in some place. Okay, so we have simply declared this, and after that we can simply write the expression. So S equal to A plus B. Close. Okay, and now we read the value. So we initialize the value A equal to 10, B equal to 20, and we have declared the variable S, int S, and we are simply writing the expression S equal to A plus B. So here we are writing this expression. So in this expression, this equal sign is representing assignment. Okay, assignment. So assignment means right side value will be assigned to the location of left side part. Okay. So this is the value actually we are calculating, and that value will be assigned to the location which is provided to the S. Okay. Similar 10 value we are assigning at the location for the A. Okay, 20 value we are assigning or storing at the location B. So this thing, so we are getting sum of A and B in the S. Now we need to print this sum. So we cannot, okay, so I'm writing these things S. Okay, one second, print F. So can we get the correct answer for this if I am writing in this way? Okay, one second, my screen is in hand. So this code I have written. Just tell me, can we get the correct answer when I'm writing this? So I have simply written this printf, instead I have passed the S variable. So it will print or not the sum?
Yes, sir.
No, it will not print. Okay. So it is giving some error because this function is actually the function don't know what is the type of S and what type of value you are passing here. So actually there is some need to print this value of S. Some format specifier is required in the print statement. Okay, so for printing this value of S, you need to write a format specifier actually which tell the print function what type of value you are passing. Okay, so we will simply write these things. So percentile D. For integer, actually, we write this percentile D. Okay. So this is called format specifier. So for integer value, we write this percentile D. If you want to print float value, you will write percentile F. If you want to print character value, so you will write percentile C. Okay, so in that way there are other format specifier also there. Just start with the basics and later you will get what are the other specifier, so you can use later. Okay, so for printing the integer value you need to write percentile D. Okay, and you can also write some statement like this, the sum is okay and equal to. So this is the string which we are printing, and in this string when we are writing this percentile D, actually the compiler will check what value we are passing for this percentile D part. Okay, so we are writing the S after comma. So actually the value of S will replace this percentile D in this string. Okay, in this string this value of S will replace this percentile D part, and you will get the output, the sum is equal to 30. Okay, so 30 will be come at this place percentile D, and you will write print this. Okay, so you can see the sum is equal to 30. So this is the way to print something. If you want to print some variable value, so you can write in that way. Okay, if you can also remove all the strings and you can just keep this percentile D, so you will get 30 only. Okay, so you will get 30 only. So at this place of percentile D, the value will come and will print in the string format. Okay, so this is the code, and this, okay, so this semicolon is actually representing the end of the statement. Okay, so we can write in a one line. Okay, still compiler will understand. It's okay. So all are coming in the one line now. Still we run, you are getting 30. Okay, so compiler is actually reading the statement from the line, each line, and when compiler is getting this semicolon, so compiler is executing this part only, first this part. Then compiler will start reading again from the next space. So it will read the next line, and when it is when once again we are getting semicolon, compiler will execute this part. Okay, in that way compiler is actually executing. So this is the identification where our statement is ending. Okay, so compiler just read this semicolon value and just understand that here our statement is completing. Now compiler execute that. Okay, but for the reading purpose, you should write everything in the each line. Okay, otherwise program will not be readable. Okay, now this is the thing when you are simply assigning some value. So every time when you run this code, you will get the same output. Okay, but what happened if you want to give this value from the user? Okay, so when we run the program, at that time you want to give the value for A and B. Okay, and based on that value, your compiler will return the output. So you can give the input value for A and B at the running time. Okay, so running time means from the console you can give the value, and compiler will stop and wait for your input and then execute the remaining part. So how we can take the input for A and B from runtime, or we generally said that from user. Okay, so for reading the input from user or from console, we simply write the scanf. Scanf is we used for the taking the input. Okay, so for scanf, like the printf, this is scanf. It is actually reading the input from the console. And for scanf, actually we write in the same way. We just tell the computer what is the type of input we are taking. So %d, we are taking the %d, and after that we write the variable name. So when we are reading this value, where this value will be stored after reading. Okay, so we just mention the locations of the variable. So for giving the location for the variable, we just mention this n or a symbol. Okay, so this is actually telling the compiler. So this is actually called the pointer. Pointer means memory locations. Okay, so this which value we are reading using this scanf, this value will be stored at the address of this a, of the memory location of the a. So here we are actually pass this pointer. So for mentioning this pointer sign, we just add this and symbol before the variable. Okay, so this is for the a. Similarly, we will write for the b. Okay, and we will just change the name b. Okay, sorry. So this scanf will ask, okay, now we will run the code. You can see in the console part, compiler is actually waiting for our input. Okay, it is not running, it stopped and waiting for our input. So first value we can type like 25. Okay, and when we click on the enter, so line number 7 is actually executed. Line number 7 is executed and 25 value is stored at the location of a. Now compiler once again stopped at the line number 8. Okay, and now waiting for the second input. Once again, now this time we will pass another value like 35. Okay, now there is no scanf statement after that. When we click on the enter, so all the remaining statement will execute. Okay, so int s, and so we have already get the two value for a and b from the input from the console. Now after that, each statement will execute one by one, and you will get the output in the console by the line number 11. Okay, so when you click enter on the console, you are getting you can see you are getting 60. Okay, so that means compiler is stopping at line number 7 and waiting for your input. Then after executing, after the pressing enter, it is moving to the next line, and once again it is taking from the input from the user, and after that it is simply executing all the steps, and finally this is executing this line number 11 and printing the output. So you are getting 60. Okay, so in that way you can read the input from the user. You can take any input from the user, and you can process that input, and you can return the output based on your problem requirement. Okay, simply if you want to read the float value, okay, so if you have to first declare the float data type, float, okay, variable float, and also you have to mention now what type of value we are reading, float, so %f. And similarly, if you are adding to float value, you will get the same float answer. So you have also declared this sum in the float, and then at the time of printing, you have also mentioned that what you are printing. So float value you are printing, so you have to mention the f here. Okay, now you can pass float value. Okay, and you are getting the float answer in your output. Okay, what happen if I don't change this thing? So int, I'm writing here int, and I'm writing d here. And then let's see what it is taking. Okay, so I'm writing simple value 2.5. It is showing some garbage value. Why it is showing garbage value? %LD. Okay. So it is not taking. Okay, so it is not taking the float value from the user. If our variable is integer, okay, so if and we are passing the float value, it is not taking. Okay, and it is showing some garbage value as the answer finally in the S. Okay, so this is happening because of this conversion float error. Okay, so we cannot read the value, float value, if we have assigned the variable integer. Okay, because when we assign the float data type and integer type, some specific memory is assigned on that variable for that variable. Okay, and then we want to assign the more size which is not available for the variable, so definitely it will not provide it. Okay, and it will give some error. So in that way, at the problem, read the problem statement and check what type of input is required and what type of the output you should print, and based on that is this information you need to declare the variable. Okay, so if in the problem statement it is given that you need to read the float value, so based on that information just read the float value. Okay. And let's use the correct specifier. Okay, now you can read 2.6. You're getting the correct answer. Okay, so now you can see one more thing. You are getting the output here 5.1000 like this. Okay, so 5 till 5 decimal point you are getting the output. So how you can convert this 5 decimal point to the small one? Okay, so you can just give the range, how many digits should come after the decimal point. So at the time of printing, okay, so at the time of printing before this f you can mention the names or mention the number of digits. So if you write this 0.1, okay, so it will actually tell to the compiler just print the answer till 1 decimal point. Okay, so then you can see you will get the only 2.5 and 3.6. You can see you are getting this answer 6.1 this time. Okay, if you mention this 2, you will get the till 2, like 2.5 and 2.6. You are getting 5.10. Okay, so based on that information, you can print the output, how many decimal points you require in the output. So you can change this specifier value. Okay, so this is the way of reading the input and printing the output. Okay, so this is very useful. So for every programming assignment, you will get this information, what type of input you need to read and what type of output you need to print. So this is the basic or main part of the program. In between, the processing part is required, which is actually called the logic, okay, and algorithms. So after taking the input, how you need to process that input to convert or transform to the output. So that is the main logic part in between. And so in between the input and output, you need to write the logic. Okay, and comment I have already explained, and this is the basic things you need to know. And in my team, actually, I have give some example. Okay, so let me just explain how you can write the code and how you can validate your code. Okay, here you can also validate your code. So print sum of 2 input. Okay, are you writing the correct code or not? Okay, so simply let me open the one problem. Okay, area of rectangle. It is not started yet by anyone. So this is the replit of the Devan. Okay, so Devan actually joined this. So I am writing the code for the Devan. This is the program. Basically, here the statement is written writing a program that asks the user to enter 2 integer and print their sum. So same things. So just write the code from the scratch. So just write the header file first. Okay, has include stdio.h. Okay, and write the function name main and apply this curly braces, and this is the part. Okay, and take 2 input from the user. So declares 2 variable int a, and you can also declare the variable in one line. Okay, so comma b comma s, like in that way. Okay, and you can also take the input in one statement. So you can simply write scan f, or you can simply write 2 line also. So %d. Okay. And after that, simply s equal to a plus b and print %d and s. Okay, so let's semicolon. And I'll change b. Okay, so after that you can run this code and you can validate your answer. So if you are writing 4 and 5, you're getting 9. Okay, so if you think that your output is coming correct, then you can validate your answer. Some test case are assigned for these problems. So inside this tool, okay, so right side, left side, in the left side menu, you can see tool, okay, and inside this tool, just scroll down, and in last you can see test, okay, and when you click on this test, so there are some test cases are assigned for this problem. So just click on this run tests, and you can see all the test cases are passed. So that means some sample test case is already configured for this problem, which is giving some input, two input in the code, and based on that input, it is checking what output is coming from your code. Okay, and you can also see this value. You can simply click the test case, and you can see what if input, if input is 10 and 20, output should be 30. And you can validate your answer. So this is the input, and you can validate your answer by result. Okay, so expected output is 30 or actual output is 30. Okay, so both are same. Because of that, this is test case is passed. Okay, if both are different, then you will get the error failed. So similarly, you can see the input also. You can see your output and what is the expected output or what is your output. Okay, so each problem have configured some test case also. So after writing the code, just check the input and output by running this code by clicking on this run button, and you can pass any value. Okay, and you're getting 62. You can also verify this. So if you feel that your code is correct, then you can click on test case and run test case button. Okay, if all are passed, that means your code is correct. And if any test case is not passed, you can see what input is given to the code and what output should come, and what is your actual output. So you can simply check this thing information, and based on that you can update your logic if output is not correct. Okay, so this is the basic of the programming. So in this big 3, you will see this data types, operators, and these things. And from the big 4, actually we will coming on the main part, control flow, and then at the time we will see the very good problems also. Okay, yeah, in this part, if anyone have any query. Okay, just try to solve all these problems which is configured. Okay, so these are the basic, and the last 3 problem is actually based on the conditional statement. Okay, if you know the conditional statement, you can solve this. This is very basic problems, simply odd, even, or checking maximum of 3 numbers. And fact, last problem number 8 is based on the loop. Okay, so if you are not aware of this conditional statement and for loop, just you can skip now and just try to solve in the next week after releasing the big 4. But before the first 5 problem you can solve without knowledge of this conditional and loop. Okay, any query? This input part and output part, basic code structure. If there is no query, shall we wind up the session? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, if there is no query, then shall we close the session? Okay, we will meet in the Friday session again. Okay. Thanks everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Hmm.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.